Okay.
Thoughts?
Who's starting off?
For context, we watched the Scarlet movie on Sony.
Thank you, Sony, for the free screening.
Where we're gonna do a spoiler review. Spoilers.
So we should introduce ourselves first.
Go on.
Yeah.
You go first.
Okay.
Oh, crazy.
I'm Hayden. My background in movies is mostly Gundam, but I also have a background in digital media and other visual media and audio projects.
I'm Diego, and to prepare for this movie, I watched Morbius last night.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm Wendy, and I know nothing about movies.
That's fair.
I feel like I'm actually part of AUNSW, not part of USID, but I'm here as a guest. I also watched the movie with them.
Oh, facts. So who wants to start?
First things first, art style. What do you think of it?
Art style? I thought the art style was pretty nice. They used quite a decent bit of CGI, which I thought they did pretty well. It was executed a lot better than what we've seen, which is, saying a lot. But like, I thought that the CGI was implemented well, and the art style was fantastic. They had a lot of good thematic scenes, and the colors were very, visceral. So it was quite nice for me.
The art style was a mix of both 2D and CGI, because pretty normal for the current anime and animated scene. However, some parts were not that great, which is understandable. This is a smaller studio. However, I can say that the backgrounds and the coloring was superb. The detail in a lot of the backgrounds, which helpfully communicates the overall atmosphere of the scene, really accentuates the scenes that matter the most.
I'm gonna be honest, I like that the pictures are moving. It doesn't take much to entertain me, and yeah, I was entertained.
More than like a few frames, right?
Yeah.
Like more than like 5 talking still frames, right?
It was pretty. I like how smooth the movie felt when I was watching it. I really have nothing else to say.
I really liked how it looked 3D, because most movies for animes, they look a lot in 2Ds. But this one especially, maybe because it's the digital art they made, but I really like how they made it really stand out from everything. Yeah.
Next, characters. Who was your favorite character?
Okay.
Don't mind.
You want to explain? Explain. Why Freddie Falcon?
Move ahead first, I'll get back.
Move on.
Okay, I mean, there's only really like 2 main characters. Obviously, I think the titular character Scarlet was really.
Wait, that's her name?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know her name.
We are not fixing this.
Okay. Seriously, I think Scarlet was a very strong character, and I liked how they kind of flipped the switch on the usual idea of the heroine and the hero even. We had 2 main characters, Scarlet, and I think it's Hijiri. Where Hijiri acts as the support to Scarlet, and he's a medic, whereas Scarlet is the one who's very physical. She's a pseudo princess knight fusion, I guess, and she displays it very well, and I think it's a nice twist to what we normally see. But beyond thinking that, I think she's just a very strong character with very strong ideals and morals, and that's very clearly shown in the movie.
My favorite was Claudius. I love bastards. He's a very good representation of a lot of what Shakespeare's typical villains are. Very conceited, very arrogant, very narrow-sighted. He fails to recognize any of the wrongdoings he does, or any of the possible ways he could have sort of repented for his actions, but he never does any of them, and he remains a flawed character. Very similar to what a lot of people's true inner selves are. We refuse to acknowledge our own wrongdoings in the pursuit of self-righteousness instead of what's actually right to do.
So probably bring the side character to life then. Hijiri? Is that Hijiri?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. I really like how he kind of persuades Scarlet to think differently. Like, she's always looking for revenge, but the side character Hijiri, he wants to change her perspective and to help her in her journey. That's why I really like it.
Okay, so context for Freddy Fazbear.
We do not need this.
No, I need to
Okay, give
explain
us a
why.
short spiel, short spiel.
So last night I scared myself to sleep because I was looking at photo of Judge Holden. And then I stopped. No, it was after Morbius. So in the Scarlet movie, I randomly saw Judge Holden in the movie. I started freaking out. So to calm myself down, I imagined Freddy Fazbear was in the movie. And the entire time, I was thinking, what would Freddy Fazbear do?
Why is that a calming mechanism? Why is Freddy Fazbear a calming mechanism?
Every single scene, I just imagine Freddy going, and I forgot about all the other characters.
Okay, moving back to Higiri. Number one thought, I hated him. So, for context, I also do sort of paramedic stuff on the side as a volunteer. I hate how naive he is. Yes, he's a paramedic. Yes, his own personal code is to help people whenever he can. That's what we do basically. But you've been shoved into this alternate world. There's no similarities to the world that you originally lived in, and you just, yeah, we should save people. Yeah, this person tried to shoot me and almost killed me, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep him alive. What is the point of keeping other people alive if they're just gonna try to kill you again?
Hear me out.
The number one rule in first aid is always make sure you're safe. What is he doing? He is maintaining threats to himself.
Hear me out. It's aura. Yeah, he has so much aura. Can you imagine? Someone tried to kill you, and you saved them. You have that over their head forever. And it came full circle because they helped him. He thought ahead. He read the script. Like, yeah, he died, but like, who really won?
Higiri does not have the flexibility a paramedic is supposed to have.
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
I had something that I forgot.
The script needs it. The script needs it.
Come on.
There was something that
Are we gonna go back to you?
Yeah, we can move on to the next. Okay.
Just let him think.
Next story. This will contain several spoilers if we haven't already spoiled it already. More spoilers now. Okay. Talking about key story points, I guess. What do you think about the opening of the movie in general?
Okay, going from a completely nerdy standpoint, we start in the middle of things. I think in the Latin is like in media res.
Yeah.
And classic opening. I think it did it really well. The only thing I guess I have about the story is a bit inconsistent sometimes. Like they call it the overworld, which is where like without going further into the story, it's like intersection between life and death.
Big purgatory.
Yeah, sort of a purgatory, and that's where like all people of all like eras and time periods meet, and if they die again. I think it's really interesting that they did that. I think I really like that idea, but if you combine different eras, you got to kind of combine different like methods of thinking, technologies, and so on and so forth. The movie uses a lot of swords and like your muskets, whereas we are avoiding the very clear elephant in the room where Hijiri, I think his name is Hijiri.
Yeah.
We will edit that if it isn't. He's a paramedic from the modern world.
Oh, okay. You'll never guess what just happened. I forgot.
Okay. We cut that one out as well. Wendy, anything?
So you mean like the timelines of the movie?
Well, just like what do you think about the story?
I like how they ask us really deep questions in the middle of nowhere. Like, what is life? Then what is to be human? What is it to be human? Like, what are you asking me in the middle of the movie?
You know, doing that, my brain just reverted to why do humans sleep?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the lobotomy side and the not lobotomy side.
Okay, look, I can be lobotomy if I want, but I have to be like, you know, the straight guy. Because right now we're all cooked, bro. Especially this one.
Dude, when that happened, I was imagining the fucking debate between William Afton and Freddie Fazbear. Oh my god! I just heard that something.
Help me. Help.
Okay, let's move on to sort of the middle to the end part of the movie. Any thoughts about that?
Honestly, the movie was actually really good. I just lacked the media literacy to understand all the deep nuances. There were a bunch of metaphors in that movie. The dragon was made. There was this dragon. Spoilers. It was made of weapons.
They had weapons in it.
It had weapons in it. That was probably some nuanced metaphor. I didn't get it. I just thought cool dragon. Oh my god. I like the story. I like the characters. I think I like the interactions between Scarlet and Ijikiri.
Same.
I didn't like the end. I didn't like the romance. I thought that was forced. I liked it better when they were just like two really close friends. I don't know any of the other characters much.
There's only really two you want to focus
Yeah.
on, I guess.
There was a lot of political and religious sort of connections within the movie. I won't go into them because of I don't want to be cancelled online.
Okay.
There's a lot of ethnic representation within it, which is interesting. The movie does sort of rely on a connection across time and across life and death, which is why we see so many different eras, so many different cultures appear within it. It's very similar to Kimi no Wara. Yes. But it sort of presents it in a much different way.
No. Any thoughts about the latter end of the film?
I really like how they draw upon the idea that the good guy win and the bad guy lose. At the very end. I don't want to put in spoilers, you know?
Fair enough. I feel like, sorry, you had more to say?
No?
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I just wanted to say what I thought about the dragon. I honestly have no idea what the dragon's purpose is, but what I did realize was that I think it's like a Deus Ex Machina that represents like some sort of otherworldly smiting upon evil, because it only attacks on people that aggresses first. Now, I'm not sure if this is on purpose or it just randomly attacks and it so happens to be evil people. But I personally don't know how to really break it down, but that's something I just noticed about that dragon. It also split up into birds at the end, which
I didn't get that.
I don't
That could
know.
be something.
I'm a little stupid for that.
From what I remember from my English studies, birds represent a lot of things. At first I thought it was crows because, you know, a murder of crows, and
Yeah.
as the silhouettes, they're not crows. They're more similar to doves, I
Doves,
assume,
yeah.
which is a sort of peace, relief, sort of an end of a war, which is very good symbolism to what's actually happening within the story at that time and what led up to it. There were birds appearing throughout the movie as well, mainly tumultuous times of conflict, and in them all aggregating into this one giant, sort of almost divine being, is sort of has to have some connection to a created being. I wouldn't say whether it's a god or whether it's just some higher power, sort of regulating how the world runs.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I really like the horses. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard horses are hard to animate. They look really good in the movie, especially that one scene where she was fighting. I really
Yeah, the fight scenes are pretty good.
the fight scene-
I think very well choreographed.
Yeah.
Very well choreographed.
those were probably motion capture.
Yeah,
Those
road
that
escaping.
was really clean. Yeah,
Bit of road escaping for sure.
It was just mocap.
I think it was just mocap.
Oh, you think mocap?
Yeah.
Does it the
3D.
yeah?
I guess
I think he can actually, yeah.
You rotoscope for 2D.
Yeah.
there was a bit of 2D though.
Yeah.
Well, only in the living world. In the purgatory place.
The backgrounds were 2D.
No, but like the characters.
Yeah.
They were all 3D. No.
Yeah.
Which like probably means something. I don't know, but it means something.
The effects were 2D though, like rain and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the sound effects were really nice.
The music in it is great. Shout out my orchestra, SUO. But I am currently in an orchestra. It's given me a lot of insight into music and sort of how it's produced. The music within the film is really good. That's basically what I can say. It's been well arranged, and the one lyrical song within it also ties really well into the overall motif of the movie, and sort of serves as a clear ending to the movie as well.
I think that there was also a second song. It was just at the very end,
Yeah.
It was.
which also had like a similar message, but it was like a fitting song to end on as well. It played throughout the credits. By the way, there are no post-credit scenes. Okay? It's just credits with like stills from the movie. We watched through all of that. It was still really good to see kind of like the evolution throughout the story. Yeah.
So what are we rating it, guys?
Final thoughts and ratings.
Well, ratings, who wants to start?
I can start if you want.
Okay.
I love Yapping. I thought the movie was great. It had a really strong like overall idea of what it's trying to do. Very strong visuals, very strong music production and sound production. I just had a bit of qualms relating to consistency, as well as the final relationship between Hijini and Scarlet, which is it's completely opinionated. But nonetheless, I thought the story was very whole. It felt complete, and I was very satisfied by the end of the movie. I think I'm gonna. There's no comparison to what it is, so I'm gonna give it like a standard solid 8 out of 10. I think maybe everything else compares from the start of this video if this is the first one we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my final thoughts.
So I was told this was going to be something like Hamlet. I saw some connections, but not much. However, overall, the storyline was good. The music was good. The characters, some of them are flawed. There is a very little character diversity, but that's sort of expected to a story that only follows 2 main characters. Well, I guess a third, Claudius.
Who's the evil guy?
Yeah, and the animation style, or the art style, it felt a bit rushed at some points. It was very simplistic, which is some people's taste, it's not mine. I like detail. Overall, I'd say a solid 6 or 7.
Oh my god, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you're the one saying like Freddy Fazbear.
I will admit, I had a very different experience to everyone else. There was very much a deeper meaning to be said in the story. There was a very much a message. I'm stupid. I caught none of that. I made a completely different story in my head as a trauma experience to Judge Holden. But I will say, even if I ignore all of that, it was still a very entertaining movie. I would watch it again. I would definitely recommend it to people. I give that a solid 7 out of 10. But if I had to talk about like genuine fun, I think overall the experience is like a 9. Just because it's better.
Okay. The door's right there, but
I bet.
I thought the movie was quite nice. I like the art, like making it feel like it's 3D. And I also felt the story went really quickly. Like it was just fighting, aim for the goal, fight. Oh, I got a partner, great. and then fight and then like get to the end.
Yeah,
So
very,
I feel like they should have like a bit more.
In between.
Yeah, something happens in between. Like you got stopped. You need to solve something, and then you go back on track. But other than that, I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I also really like how you also mentioned there's a lot of like deep meaning towards the movie, especially when it asks you a lot of questions in between. Yeah.
So final opinions, Sony, we love this movie. Please give us more tickets. Thank you.
You're insane, bro.
That's crazy ending.
I love my free shit, bro. What can I say? What can I say?
We're not putting that in the thing. Although, real talk, thank you, Sony, for
Sony.
inviting us to watch this movie. It was a fantastic experience for all of us. We really enjoyed it, and I hope for our audience, you have a watch of this movie as well. Give us your thoughts. But yeah, we would definitely recommend this, 100%. Agreed?
Yeah.
Agreed, yes.
Agreed,
Yes,
agreed,
definitely.
Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, get out of here.
Patreon in the link in the
That's
description
no
below.
Patreon, bro.
Join our membership.
Facts. Yo. SUAnime supremacy. SUAnime
Hey,
supremacy.
calm down.
I don't know this guy.
Oh, that's a fitting ending.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
That's